Any woman you have in your life, and I mean any woman, um, you could say that it is going to be her job. Um, if you if you leave the gates of if you leave the door of despair open, as I like to call it, uh, she's gonna walk right through it, and she's gonna. I don't want to say she's gonna make it worse, but she's gonna roll with it. Um, I say it's her job simply so that you can look at it in a more understanding way and not begrudge her. It's not a job per se, it's not an obligation. It's just what women biologically tend to do. Um, societally, sorry, and biologically, um, a man provides and a woman improves upon what is provided. A man traditionally is supposed to bring um, the bread home, so to speak, and his wife um, is supposed to turn it into something very, very tasty, very appetizing, right? Um, whether we're talking about a loaf of bread or we're talking about, you know, money, which is, how it's referred to nowadays, right? Um, um, to this end, you might say that a man provides solutions. This isn't going to sound very good, I know, and I don't mean to be an asshole. You could say that a man provides solutions and a woman provides problems. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I just mean, like I said, a woman is going to improve upon what is provided. She's going to look for holes, so to speak. She's going to look for flaws so that she can fix them. You know, if she's looking at a diamond, she's going to look for the imperfections so that she can rub them out, so that she can polish them out. So yeah, if that makes her a troublemaker, then I guess you could call her that. She might appear to be one because maybe she's taken that role a little too seriously. The role of pointing out problems so that they can be fixed. I often like to say that a woman um, will point out a problem and she will find a man to throw at it. Um, I know that sounds very sexist. It's also very traditional. It's frowned upon nowadays. I know all this. I'm not a complete dinosaur. I know how things work nowadays. And I know I'm a little out of touch. I don't like to watch the news. I don't like to keep up with too much. I mean, I have a very curated window into current events, you might say. And it's not perfect, but it is what it is. It is what I make it to be. I think part of being a man is deciding for yourself what you're gonna. Um, I don't want to say what you consider to be reality, but I should say part of being a man is deciding what bits and pieces you're gonna take that are provided for you to create the canvas that you might call reality. You know, you can't just take everything wholesale and take the definition of reality that is shoved down your throat by the media, by politicians. I mean, you got to think for yourself a little bit. You gotta you got to decide what you consume. there's nothing wrong with that.